disco. And a little later, we're going to play some more Mass Effect.
Well, hello. Someone seems to have found himself a bottle of alcohol. Here's where the magic happens. Light reflects off the green glass of the Commodore red. The gods have been generous. Better pop it open before they change their minds. Wow, the gods of mass production have made this alcohol container laughably easy to open. A child could have done it. Fine. We're not worried. You'll crawl back to this bottle soon enough. We'll give you another chance. Booze always gives you another chance.
You've passed up your chance to start drinking alcohol for now. But don't worry. The option to start drinking becomes available again in 2 hours.
Whoa.
You're back before the cargo container. Its drawer has not lessened since you were last here. If anything, it seems to have grown slightly. Why are you even trying to open a door with rhetoric?
Because what wasn't an option? Now is not the time to get philosophical, detective. You can do that after hours.
And out again.
Hola, Wandering Man. How can I help you? Yeah, The janitor who gave me the key to his apartment said the guy's a bit of an asshole. Like I said before, I don't know much about this weasel, but the bossman said he's a real piece of work. Thanks for helping out, friend.
Oh, yeah.
You take the legal documents out of the envelope, a 12 to 40 month construction period, and the zoning plan in the addendum. The youth center cuts into the ocean like the bow of some great modern ship. Apparently, it's going to cover most, if not all, of the street and the square between the existing houses. It's 3 stories tall.
I'm no property lawyer, but it looks fine. I like the print size. They're not selling or leasing anything. It's not a perfect solution, but...
There doesn't seem to be anything of interest here. No fine print. You're smart. You can read. It's the ledger you found in the trash. A pitiful cabbage of white and yellow papers hanging from plastic board, barely held together by a metal clip. This sad display is made complete by the faint smell of urinal cleaner. There's a piece of toilet paper. It's a metaphor for you. It's just toilet paper. Still wet, the toilet paper. An aluminium block runs. The surface is in. Looks like an official mark.
What? That thing. It's a halogen watermark. It depends.
Your kill count. Yours will surely have your kill count.
Any capable light. All RCM vehicles have had lights designed to reveal halogen watermarks.
This means you can read the watermarks if you just turn the lights on.
Okay.
While a bunch of sodden papers sag from the clipboard. They're not once in a while, there's work, strife. What do you mean? Is that all? The notebook is annual. It says 51 on what remains. Judging by the creases on your forehead and the lines on your cheeks, too much more. Going back years, decades even. It's inornate, nearly illegible, yet marching in orderly lines. Written in a rush, in pain. A race to beat your own heart's pulse to some dark finish line. Your hand cramps up merely looking at the scribbles, drawn, as by some magnet, to the red checkered margins. Fast, but always wearing out, nearly gone. Sometimes he forgets to keep the pen on the paper as he moves his hand, and the lines vanish from underneath. Yes, it appears you employ a, shall we say, robust yet... Yes, all caps. Others, you like this grimy murdering. Don't. It's going to take an effort to piece these case files together, but it can be done.
You mean the alphanumeric? Officer, precinct, time of arrival? Oh, you mean the titular? It's a holdover from the early days of the RCM. Again. Rail spiked through the head. he died. It was a workplace.
There is, for precisely one more. 15. The ledger only comes with an old, worn-down lead pencil. The lieutenant looks at. He is not really saying anything.
Know that I give this to you with resentment.
The task interview the cafeteria. A satisfying and a fuck you to you too. That last one cuts a slash right through the paper. You're a swashbuckler with that pen, Harry, and it feels good. Feels like completion. Things to be done and things already done.
No, actually. Great. That's great. I'm going to start calling it the Hanged Man. It's good to be sorted.
Nice. New skill point, baby.
You don't exactly close them, so much as distance yourself from the smelly papers. They're a little further from your nose. In the back. 3. The topmost. A monetary piece. These, all in a print so small. A dozen. Color of the irises. Predation. Yes. The rest of the stinking cellulose is much worse for wear. Being said, it's made of dark blue plastic. Something small inside. The plastic there's pain in there, if you want some. With your hands, you 4-sized pages hang from the clip screwed to the top of the board. The 2 sides of the board, the slides snap back into place. It should be possible to just, you know. Without 2 ticket stubs and a handmade postcard. 2 octopuses are smiling, reaching their tentacles toward each other in the colored. Thin wax paper has. It smells of chewing gum. A touch of cinnamon. Familiar handwriting lines that a young woman in her Harry, your hand shakes. Hope. Every step I take, you. Kisses, kisses, kisses. You feel the air sucked out of your lungs and the blood sucked out of your head. Everything around you gets dark. Small white dots appear. You feel the ledger slip from your hand. No, hold on. To what? There's nothing.
Detective is every...
There is nothing. Again. Nothing sad, brother. No treachery, just blackout. Well, almost nothing. There is the ground below you, that's still there. And the small light that's on, fluttering, somewhere in the basal ganglia. That's me. Blue eyes, that's me. Who was what?
He speaks of the sickening longing.
The call when you're...
Here in the paleo-mammalian cortex, we call it the shadow. Because it's always there.
Tell him.
Ah, yes. In the olfactory system, they call it the The apricot chewing gum scented one. It's unhealthy of them to linger on it so. But as they say, what do you do? It didn't smell nice. It smelled like betrayal.
Your name is Farkle.
It certainly ain't Harry. Your name is passed out on the ground, dragged around by one of the other evil apes. They're taking you somewhere.
Bloated corpse of the
Beautiful.
There is no Voyager Road. There are no... You think they would let you? Until you descend...
Yes.
It's delicious. Glowing lights on a dashboard emerge out of nothingness. In the upholstered cabin of Lieutenant Kitsuragi's motor carriage, seated in the driver's basket, the air is thick with leatherworks and...
Drink. Water.
The water is cold, silvery, the stuff of life itself as it pours down your parched throat. The pounding in your head recedes. The darkness parts.
Drink. You haven't drunk water in 2 days. Did you know the human body is not made to survive on alcohol alone? You need a secondary form of hydration.
With greedy gulps, you down half a liter of cold water. Some of it spills on the driver's seat. The lieutenant pays no heed to it.
What happened? That does sometimes happen. You dropped these. Are you okay to proceed? Good.
The Ledger of Failure and Hatred is a special item that can be used both as an interactable and a tool equipped in your held slot for skill bonuses. Find it under the Tools tab in your inventory.
Man.
It's the ledger you found in the trash. A cabbage of papers hanging from the board, with the permeables drawer inside. It's barely held together by a clip, then made complete by the faint smell of urinal cleaner. It's proving to be harder than expected. You just don't have the intellectual rigor to patch the arson, petty theft, spousal abuse, handwritten logs on dozens of... You don't exactly close them. So much as without resistance or sound, the two panels move against each other. The compartment is now open. Inside, you see 2 ticket stubs and a handmade postcard. It's slightly, ever so slightly, difficult to breathe once you've done so. The drawer is locked. Blue ink drips from the white pages in your hand. Your hand shakes. You're flushed with adrenaline. Inside, you see a set of steering levers, a radio microphone, a pull-out toolbox, and the soft glow of the fuel preheater gauge.
All right. Ready? I turn, you press start.
The dashboard lights up with orange glow. The rounds per minute gauge jumps, and the engine of the Caprice Canelo comes to life with a whiny growl, like a leopard waking from its sleep, yawning and roaring at the same time. That sound, you feel the wind in your hair as if you're already driving. But down a narrow street, lined with shabby wooden houses, the 881 motor tracked, coiling like a serpent high above. Children play under the viaduct, eyes turn to watch you as you pass. The Valley of Dogs, and before it, a familiar dome, like a ladybug without the colors. The building has a designated parking place for your carriage. This is Precinct 41, as close as you have to home now. It's far away. The lights unfold with a little click, casting electrical.
There you go. I'll turn them off from the remote once you're done. We just need to stand in front of the machine now.
As you hold your ledger's clip under the headlamp, an iridescent hologram appears. A street grid and the veins of a great river. A familiar sensation washes over you.
There she is. Revachol West.
Around the borders of the watermark are dozens, no, hundreds of micro-perforations. The rectangular watermark is overlaid, a rat brazen in the middle of a broken...
Ah, Martinez. Let me see. Right here. No, it does not.
There are many of them, and the first row has 18 dots. The next is the long. There are so many, it's hard to count. More than 150, at least. Maybe even 200. The last row has as you look at them, you feel your index finger reflexively contract 3 times. And something you'll do again before this is all over.
Those are perforations. They represent your record as an officer of the RCM. They are your statistics, as it were. I should have guessed you'd keep a record. Officers often do. Let's take a look.
Son, here is where we score your life performance. You better hope it's good.
The first row represents your years of service. 18 years. Okay, not bad at all. What did you do before you volunteered? No shame in working a regular job, detective. Sometimes after a long day of doing this, I even envy it. Let's move on, shall we? This next row, the one that wraps all the way around, is your number of closed cases. Closed is good. It means finished. You've got... wow, more than 200. It's quite a lot, even for someone who's been on the force for nearly 2 decades. Usually, clearing more than 10 cases a year puts you in the 90th percentile of all RCM officers.
You know the answer already. The tingle in your index finger gave it away.
That's right. How did you know? Ah, right. Sometimes the brain's able to preserve certain responses even when conscious memory has been, let's say, misplaced. For an RCM officer, especially Precinct 41, which is in the Jamrock Quarter, it's rather tame. I mean that in a good way. There are certain officers who treat their kills like some kind of ghoulish game. If they do happen to solve a case, it's usually by accident.
Something that is abundantly clear, and it's clear from the very beginning, but this game makes it a point to kind of subtly bring it up with every interaction, is that Kim is a really good person. He's a genuinely good dude. And he does this job the best he can because he wants to help people. God, what a fucking game Studio Zom has created here. Like, I cannot goddamn wait to see what they make next. This is just immaculate storytelling.
But it seems as though you are, or at least were, one of the good ones. So we have that to be thankful for.
He's sincerely glad you're not a scary predator. Not to say relieved you're competent.
Yes. Everyone has their own method of coping. Some more effective or self-destructive than others. Personally, I find it helps to keep up a few hobbies. Par exemple, why not gardening? You've already got the yellow gloves. If you want to pour out the booze you've been carrying around on duty, I'm certainly not going to stop you.
A dark pool of cheap wine appears at your feet. It shimmers in the lights of the Kanema. Honorably done. You have given up some of your own blood for theirs.
Very noble of you. Are we done here?
The lieutenant nods.
Right. I'll go turn off the lights.
It's the ledger you found in the trash. A cabbage of papers. The acidic stench. You know, like the bits they put into public piss bowls. Remember when I said the smell of the... Why, yes it is. Among many other things. This cleaning tablet...
Let's see here. Yeah, the next time I get a skill point, I'm gonna have to unlock one of those thought slots. Let's see. Oh yeah. Well, we're here.
Inside, you see a set of steering levers, a radio microphone, a pull-out toolbox.
This is Precinct 57. How may I assist you? Just a second, officer.
10-2, 10-5. This is 41st. Come in. Over. 10-4. What's your status? Over. 10-18. 10-20. Over. 10-18. 10-20. State your message, sir. Over. 10-9, repeat message, over. 10-4, message received. Please.
1022, the captain. This sounds bad. Bad and scary. Like being called to the headmaster's office in school.
Is it him? What does he want? Says he lost his badge and needs to report it. He what? He lost his badge?
Who lost his badge?
Dick fucking Mullen. Who do you...
It's Officer Dick Mullen from the bestseller Dick Mullen and the Lost Identity.
Dick Mullen is not your name. It's the name of a fictional detective who would not lose his badge. Defend yourself. Immediately. They're laughing at you.
10-4, I hear you, officer. I'm just going to make a note here that you are in pursuit of your misplaced badge. Over.
Fuck me.
What's going on?
Super cop.
He lost his badge. He lost his goddamn fucking badge. 10-9, come again. I didn't get that. Over.
New Heights even
Ask him. Ask him if he's lost. Sergeant Orson wants...
Oh, fuck.
10-1, you're breaking up. 10-9, come in, officer. Over. Come in, officer. 10-9, repeat message, please. Did you misplace your firearm? Over.
The silence is almost deafening after you flick off the switch.
That did not go well. I guess the important thing is that you followed protocol and reported your lost items. Did we need anything else here?
This is Precinct 57. How may I assist you? Just a second. Sylvie Malay. Yes. Hello? Oh, great. What else do you need, detective? No, I don't know. It wasn't me. I haven't been out there since. I was terrified of the stench and the corpse. Yes, I know who you are. You're a police officer. The law. Oh, no, I haven't, sorry.
Real policemen have uniforms too, by the way. Where's yours? Right. It's better to not ask too many questions, lest people start thinking you're a cop or something.
Please, no. Not this again. Everyone saw your cool gun, detective. You were trying to impress some people with it.
Sounds like it's going to be bad. Do you really want to know?
You were waving it around in everyone's face, begging them to describe it. You said it calms you, and then you started making suicide jokes. It got pretty graphic.
Oh, boy.
People tried to back away from you, or even slip out of the door. But you screamed, "I am the goddamned law, and you have to listen to me. You are all suspects in a murder investigation."
No idea. All I know is next you were waving around money instead, saying things like big bucks cannot lie and guns can't buy money, but money can always buy guns. It almost looked like you pawned it. But believe me, I did not ask. Well, you tried to jam it down the toilet, sir, clogging it completely. After I had unclogged the toilet and retrieved the paperwork, I threw it out in the trash, thinking you didn't need it. I am sorry about that.
Yes. New skill
Anything
point.
else, Detective?
You hear the call breaking up on the other end of the radio.
Anything else I can help you with, officer? 57.
In the cabin, you see a set of steering levers.
Sweet. I'm gonna save, and then I'm gonna call her back and ask her out on a date. This did not go well at all the last time I did this. Because I made Harry very good with hand-eye coordination and physical prowess, but he's dumb. I mean, real dumb. And emotionally fragile. So
Inside, you see a set of steering levers, a radio microphone, a pull-out toolbox, and...
This is Precinct 57. How may I... Just a second. Sylvie Malay. Yes. Hello? Oh, great. What else do you need, Detective? No, absolutely not.
That came so fast, you can't but wonder what else she would be good at. Baseball, ring-a-bell quiz shows, catching keys in the air, petting an angry cat. You hear the call breaking up on the other...
Anything else I can help you with, officer? 57.
In the cabin, you see a set of steering...
okay. Oh boy.
Hello again, officer. How are things?
Let's look at our...
Yes? What do you want to know? Ah, yes. The case brief you missed. 3 days ago. During that time, a security guard or worker of some sort hired... They did... There's a strong prejudice against... That's us. Just to be clear, we are police officers. It's our job to find the killer. That's the case. Uncover and arrest. You mean like a brief? 3 days ago. During that time, the victim had been stripped of his belongings. Okay then. Was there anything else? No, it's... The deceased is a security guard for a corporation involved in a labor dispute. It doesn't take $1. I can assure nothing like that will happen. No.
The gesture resembles an orchestra conductor. There's something the lieutenant isn't seeing. The universe is too irrational, too morally complex. You should...
I'm afraid... You don't know? I assumed you were... That's good. Better still than... It's just stupidity. The cop kind. I think the dispatch desk...
So, he volunteered to represent the 57th, but not out of competitiveness. On the contrary. He opens one hand and looks at it.
Which school do you subscribe to? Mambo or Jambo? Hangovers do give officers superpowers. Many drink only to receive the gift. It is good to have a para-detective in a lib... Yes, I'm an unrepentant spoilsport. Martinez? Nothing. It's just a puddle at the end of some drain pipe. No one cares about this place. They care about sports. Most of our colleagues don't even know how to get here. North of the interchange doesn't exist.
A tremble comes over you. Another after effect of ethanol poisoning, perhaps. Feels like leaves do when they rustle in the breeze, somewhere far away, below the turbine. The 41st and the 57th. The lieutenant was right. It's not about who gets what's north. It's about who doesn't.
Yes, it's a wholly pointless matter. Forget I ever mentioned it.
Because you're the best qualified. No, that doesn't seem right. If you're so well qualified, why can't you remember why you were sent? Anyway, only banal things strike you. At the core, you're a very banal person, with a very one you should be ashamed of. It's no wonder the soft one doesn't want it back. No response. He just...
Have you tried concentrating on something other?
There is a sudden, harsh edge to his voice, like he's tired of hearing about your personal affairs.
Not a fan. It's just the nature of lieutenants. Try work, the case at hand. It can work miracles. Fine. We should get through this day first. Off hours begin at 9 p.m. If you're still having trouble then, I can give you an orientation. Really? You look fine. This psychodrama is unbecoming. Then you should consider seeking medical attention. You can use the radio in my kinema to call your station's Lazareth. Was there anything else you wanted? Me? I don't see how my life is pertinent to the investigation. Ah, if you insist. What do you want to know?
That makes him a Beano-clad, completely uncop...
Are they? They are mostly just cumbersome. That's because I'm half Zeolite, or quarter. It's a part of the world, officer. A geopolitical entity, and a geographic division. I told you it wouldn't be interesting. You're barking up the wrong tree. I don't speak a word of Zeolite. I've never met either one of my grandparents. No.
Your brain sends the signal to your lips, but they refuse the order. Something is paralyzing them. It's like you're locked down.
Something the matter?
What's going on? It's like you're a puppet in his hands. The lieutenant relaxes his eyebrow, and you seem to regain control of yourself.
What do you mean? I have no idea what you're talking about. What? Think? I do.
You're super lucid, yet psychedelic. You don't need office supplies to connect to your nervous system. You're special.
Good. Let's change the subject. Excuse me? Detective, if I may be frank, you seem to be in a deranged state. You have trouble remembering things. You've misplaced your badge. I can... Some you time? This is a police investigation, not a journey of self-discovery. You'll still have your evenings to yourself. Please do. We wouldn't want your regiment to spill over into the investigation.
All around you, rain falls on the spring thaw, looking up at the sky, cold water dripping from your hair. Grey sky, humid, your coat sheets of the ruins of a half-sun, the skyscrapers of La Del, urban coast, coal city, and the great gates. Behind the gates, La Drusienne, Couronne, a silvery curtain of red, tower blocks, hallways collapse, a yard, a traffic jam, the road ascends, a rain.
Have a brother in the cut. Where the wood at? Have a brother in the cut.
To be in Martinique, standing in the rain, looking north. In the rain, your vision blurs. You wipe your face with your... Coalition-era statics hang like apparitions.
This rain will not let up anytime soon. At least we are dressed for it. Let's keep moving.
Inside, you see a set of steering levers, a radio microphone, a pull-out toolbox, and the soft glow of the fuel preheater gauge.
This is Precinct 57. How may I assist you? It will take just a moment.
Her voices fade out into the...
Gottlieb, what do you want?
He's carelessly chewing on a piece of hard candy.
Oh, it's you. Yes, there's no end to the misfortunes fate has seen fit to rain upon me. Basking in your glory, yeah? Practically drowning in it. Please, tell me what your complaint is before I am completely submerged. With all the damage you've been dealing yourself with drugs and alcohol, I'm not surprised. What else? I'm not a brain doctor. Look on the bright side. You've got a whole new life now. Use it wisely. And you survived it. Congratulations.
Sort of. But by God, does it burn in your chest.
Even better. Anything else? Look, pal, getting pumped and dumped is not a disease. People live through it all the time. You should be happy for her. And that's what the guys say, officer. That some chick pumped you and then dumped you, threw you away like an empty juice carton.
Don't take it personally. There just wasn't any juice left in your carton, pal.
You must have me confused for a close personal friend. I am not. I am a medical professional with a constant idiot emergency on my hands.
You hear someone whine in the background. My eye, Doc, my eye.
What? You want me to do blood work for you again? Tell you just how bad things really are across the board? You want another rundown of everything collapsing inside your body? You want the real, honest-to-God truth? Stop drinking, eat magnesium and vitamin D. Our station is not a retirement home. We don't have the funds to deal with rock stars past their prime.
So it's political. You're being neglected because of political reasons. The money is probably going to some old, oily...
And no, I don't want to hear a political commentary on the topic. In fact, I got work to do. Some idiot has glued his eyelids shut with cyanoacrylate. It looks like Mactorson.
It's not fucking cryoacrylate. It's super glue, Doc.
Mm-hmm.
Anything else I can help you with, officer? Just a moment.
10-4, come in, officer. Over. 10-4, I know I already wrote it in a report, but it will stay on my desk for a few days. Over. 10-4, what does he want? Is he fuck? I don't... Don't give that up. Right, that's a negative on the additional fund. He says it's important to the... He isn't get... Request denied.
Nothing is working.
He says he's in trouble, doesn't have a place to sleep.
Well, I guess he'd better crack the case before sundown then.
Vigmar said... Anything else, sir?
Wait. Before you say anything stupid, think it through. You're going to be looking at a straitjacket if you tell everyone you lost your memory. Be smart about this. Ask if he's there alone.
Ten four, sir, I'm not hearing your question.
What? What is it?
He wants to verify. But of course, it's...
Tell him to stop wasting time.
What do you need, sir? Over. Understood, sir. Over. Roger that. 10-10, over and out.
Rotting man. The lieutenant adjusts his glasses and takes a deep breath.
Come on, officer. You know what a field autopsy is. I hope we do.
Rotting man. The lieutenant adjusts his glasses and takes a deep breath.
to work! Right to work! Shame on you!
When a bunch of beats me.
When the man moves around, you perceive some serious abs underneath his tight-fitting. There's something odd in the way he carries himself. His set of clothing looks vaguely mismatched. The different pieces of the attire seem ill-fitting. His shirt is far too small and an unpleasantly tight fit. He ignores your question, choosing instead to turn to the emaciated workers.
Honest men and women, we came here to help the harbor run smoothly.
I have a question. Why do all these men follow your lead?
You think they follow because I'm big and loud? No.
You've been talking to him for quite a while now. Something is off with this guy. Ask him where he's from.
What's it to you? Am I a suspect? Done no crimes. I only fight for the rights of people. We're all workers, right? Workers stick together. Came from the eminent domain in Jamrock.
A monstrous shadow high above the fire traps of the domain. The 881 motorway running over this district of Jamrock. Concrete pillars rise up from the midst of the life in the domain is even worse off than in Martinez. Below, broken down, battered people mill on the dusty streets with no purpose. Yet amongst them, there is no sight of...
Yeah? What makes you say that? They know me. That's bullshit. What's it to you? Big mess, caused by union greed. But we're all workers.
A monstrous shadow high above the fire traps of the domain. The 881 motorway. Life in the domain. Below, broken down, battered people mill on the dust.
Worked at Territorial. Ring a bell? Uh-huh. It was a long time ago. What's it to you? Am I a suspect? Done no crime. We're all workers.
A monstrous shadow high up. Life in the below, broken down.
Worked at Territorial. Uh-huh. It was a long time ago. We were promised work. We'd be in there, working, if the main gate's locked. And I don't mean the scrawny mess punk either. I mean head measurer. Or whatever he is. Yeah, I saw your ballerina moves up there. In a real fight, you caught him off guard. That only happens once. Now he's alert, standing on a narrow bridge, and my men are tired and hungry. Why don't you go arrest them?
It would be better for the neighborhood if you went home, at least for now. If you can't get in any...
No! They will give up eventually. Or get drunk.
Welcome to Rivachol.
This man looks like trouble. You might not want to get into this right now. Plenty of time later.
Don't... Every school of thought and government has failed in the city. It's men like you who keep Rivachol divided.
Oh, commandement.
I know exactly what you meant. But you see, I'm an officer of the...
Silence. The air between them. Your partner needs backup. Now's your moment to shine.
You two make a cute couple, you know.
The lieutenant exhales and resumes.
Whatever you say, officers.
He smells of heavy motor oils, and his breath of high tar content cigarettes. Probably Astra.
Oh, God damn. Thanks for that, but no, it's not mine. It's not.
Change the topic. The way he says it makes not sheep, ostriches.
Whatever. Go back to your college class, Bino. I'm not just people who've studied.
If this guy's all the Occidentals have, well, let's just say he's not exactly ripped.
Open your eyes. Haven't you noticed something different lately? An unfortunate downturn, maybe? Huh? When members... This concerns you, policeman, so you better be vigilant. The damn kips are showing up good lately. Same with the mosquitoes. And...
Oh?
Don't push your...
Hello, sir. Step right in. I know, sir. Are you interested in a new and exciting book? Okay, sir. I'll try to answer any...